Namaste, my dear friends. Welcome to this guided meditation and presentation on creation and co-creation. Let's take a few minutes to allow some of our friends who want to join in live. So friends, I am very happy to present this topic on creation and co-creation. It's one of my very favorite topics. In fact, one of my earlier classes was on beliefs and deliberate creation. And it just seems like a logical continuation of the same class. It just feels like I'm taking off where I left in the previous class. So thank you all for taking time off and joining this class. And we are going to talk about we're going to talk about creation and co-creation. What is creation? What is co-creation? And how our understanding of co-creation and creation can help us to really create what we want to create in life so that we can be very happy, joyful, and live very meaningful and purposeful lives. So Institute, Life Foundation and QLU, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi, for creating this wonderful organization and helping so many people by reaching out to them, and particularly even in this time of lockdown, to be able to conceive these wonderful classes, the webinars and interactive inner journey sessions, inner transformation and transformational wisdom classes, which helps people to really make use of this spare time that they are getting, which is actually a gift in these times, to be able to spare for your own self, because we rarely in our busy lives were able to get this kind of time to actually focus on our own self-development and on our own inner journey. So thank you for all joining and being here. So what I want to start off with is this presentation, and please feel free to ask questions during the presentation, and after that we'll have guided meditation and then interaction and sharing of experiences in the meditation. Whatever experiences we have, some of you can share your experiences. So it's about creation and co-creation, and what we need to understand is that co-creation and creation, are they actually different? When we talk about creation and co-creation, are they actually really different things, or they are the same things? What we need to understand is that creation and co-creation are very deeply interconnected. Because when we talk about creation, we refer to what we are creating on a personal level, but also creation in general. So what is co-creation? So co-creation is what we create collectively, what we create as a team, what we refer to in common language as, let's say, teamwork. So when we team up together and create something, then that is co-creation. And when you create individually, it's used by the general term of creation, whereas creation by itself also refers to the overall creation, which also includes co-creation in that sense. So we'll look at what creation and co-creation are, and we'll look at how this impacts the most important areas of your life. So these are the wonderful masters, Brahmarshi Chakravarti, Dr. Newton Pandaviti, and Brahmarvid Registrar Dr. Lakshmi Newton, the founders of Life Foundation and QLU. So big namaste to them, and thank you both for this wonderful gift to the whole of humanity. So what are the 4 areas, if you look at, where we really want to manifest something good in our lives? The 4 areas, we can look at health, wealth, harmony, and happiness or joy. I think if these 4 aspects are taken care of, we can well say that we are having a very good existence in this lifetime. The 4 fundamental areas for humanity: health, wealth, harmony, and happiness. So we look at how the laws of creation, the universal laws of creation, how they impact and how they function in these areas. The laws are all the same always, but the way they affect us, that's something that we need to understand. The way they affect health, the way they affect our abundance, prosperity, and wealth, how they affect harmony, which is related to the relationships that we have, and about overall happiness, how happy you are in life, how the laws of creation affect your happiness. Because if these 4 things are taken care of, then I think there's nothing else that you really need to really have a very fulfilled and satisfied existence in this lifetime. I hope you all agree with me when we say that these are the more fundamental aspects in life that we really need to create properly, in which we really need to create well. So this is like a review of what I did in the previous class, although it's not necessary that you have seen the previous class to really understand it. These are common and very universal truths and universal laws, but I just repeat it for those who are joining directly into this class about creation and co-creation. Let's understand some of the key principles of deliberate creation. We call them deliberate creation because, as you know, the fundamental law of creation is yad bhavam tad bhavati, which means as you think, so it is, or as you think, so you are, or as you think, that's what happens. So your thoughts create your reality. That is the fundamental principle of creation. It's also referred to as law of attraction. Okay, how your thoughts create your reality. So in this, we need to understand that we need to focus on the larger aspects of creation in order to be able to improve our life in all ways. Focus on freedom, growth, and joy. These should be your main intentions, because from your intentions you get your thoughts, and from your thoughts you get your reality. So you have to fine tune your intentions, you have to fix your intentions properly, if you don't have the right intentions, if your intentions are not clarified properly and not fixed by yourself properly, then obviously your thoughts will go astray. You will not have a focus to those thoughts. As long as you know that you're intending something, then your thoughts will move in the direction of your intentions. And your intentions will draw the energy from the universe, which will make these thoughts to become manifest. That is how the law of creation works. The next principle is that you are not here to prove anything to anyone, not even to yourself. Okay, you're not here to prove anything to anyone, not even to yourself. You create through your beliefs, through your thoughts and beliefs. But you may say that, okay, my thoughts and beliefs are just going uncontrolled. How can we change them? But you need to have the satisfaction of knowing that your thoughts and beliefs can be altered. Okay? Your thoughts and beliefs can be altered. Now, the law of creation is that you need to intend it and then allow it to be, and then automatically it happens. So this is called the law of attraction, and that's the law of creation, which is intend it, then you let it be, and then it happens. Whatever you want, whatever you intend, that manifests in your life. And then there's something called the art of allowing. This is, if you call the whole of creation as, it is an art and science of creation, you can say, because the science of deliberate creation, it works like a scientific law, the law of attraction. You have a thought and then your thought creates reality. But to allow it into your life, the law of it is an allowing which needs to be done, and that is really an art, because you need to practice it as you would practice an art. And that's why it's such a beautiful way to call it. You can call it as the art and science of creation, because the deliberate creation part, you can call it as a science, and the allowing part, you can call it as an art. So it is like the art and science of creation. So then we have the art of allowing. As we go forth and we touch the different areas of our life, the health, wealth, harmony, and happiness, and we see how the law of attraction and the universal laws affect these different aspects of our life, you will get to know more about these aspects of allowing. I've just put these points so that you can know what exactly we are going to cover in terms of improving your understanding of creation and co-creation in the various aspects of your life. And the last point here of the main key points of the principles of deliberate creation is that in order to gain freedom, growth, peace, and joy, in order to manifest this in your life, it is essential to have wisdom. Without wisdom, you cannot gain any of these things. So that's why we focus so much on experiential wisdom. And because wisdom is not something that you can gain only by intellectual discussions or hearing something, reading something, that is up to a certain point. Yes, it lays the foundation, but you need to meditate, you need to practice the insights that you get in your life, and through that you will be able to actually bring in the manifestation of what you really want to manifest in your life. So the key for all of this is wisdom. So wisdom will help you to manifest everything: freedom, growth, peace, and joy in your life. So always focus on wisdom, and know one thing, friends, that wisdom is the only thing that you can carry forward into your next lifetime and the lifetime beyond that and beyond that. It's something that always stays with you as part of your soul memory. You can't take your clothing, you can't take your belongings, you can't even take your relationships into another lifetime. Because when you go into another lifetime, you will become something different. from male you may become female, from female you may become male, and then all the other relationships will be different from what they are in this lifetime. And they were different in earlier lifetimes. Sometimes they may be the same, but I'm just saying that overall, from lifetime to lifetime, there are so many changes that keep happening in terms of the relationship. Nothing is fixed there. And there's nothing that you can take from one lifetime into the next lifetime. At the end of this life, everything that is physical has to be left here. The only thing that you can take is the wisdom that you acquire. And wisdom comes through knowledge, which is clarified through experience. Wisdom is nothing but knowledge which you refine through your experiential understanding. Without experience, there can be no wisdom. It would be just pure intellectual knowledge. So friends, this is what I have put down as the fundamental principles of deliberate creation, and we are going to see how these impact in the 4 principal important areas of your life. So till here, do we have any questions or doubts? One second. Yes. So Shubha Sharma is asking, tell us more about intentions and its layers. Okay. Now, in this presentation, Shubha, we will be touching upon these 4 aspects: health, wealth, harmony, and happiness. And when you go through that, this will become more clear to you about intentions and how they work and how you have different layers of intentions. This will get clear as we proceed in the presentation. So Shubha asks that sometimes we are not aware of intention, but something happens. This is, you're not aware of your intention because your intentions may be sometimes so deep, you might have forgotten that at some point of time in your life, you have made this intention. But it's there with the button. So that's why it's for us to keep checking your intentions, to keep refining and understanding what is it that I really want in my life. And then we will be able to see whether the thoughts that we are getting are in alignment with those intentions or not. If they are not in alignment, we bring them into alignment. And that's how you can manifest the things that you want to manifest. Else, you will manifest the things which you don't want. And this is actually what is called creation by default. Creation happens whether you intend it or not. Creation happens whether you do it deliberately or not. Creation happens whether you do it with an understanding of the laws of creation or not. Because the law still works. Whether you understand the law, you know the law, or you don't know the law still works. Like the law of gravity. Like if you jump from the 10th floor of a building, you're going to fall down. You're going to go down and you're going to break your bones, and probably something worse could happen to you. Because it's the law of gravity. The law of gravity doesn't know, and you can't say, no, I didn't know about this. I didn't know that you will fall if you jump off. But then it works because it's a universal law. The same way you have the law of creations, they work whether you know them or not, whether you understand them or not, and even whether you believe them or not, they still work. So it's important for you to understand them. It's good. Then that's why we call it as deliberate creation. If you do it without understanding, it's just by default. And that's what most people are still doing. So when we start creating deliberately, then you become like a deliberate creator of your life, and then you can really manifest the things that you wish to create in your life. So we'll go to the first aspect, which is the health part of it. Now, there are 3 levels of creation. This also I'm repeating from the previous presentation. There are 3 levels of creation. The first one is called hard work. The second is smart work. And the third is no work. Okay. Now, hard work is when you just don't know or understand the laws of creation and just keep working like that, doing everything. You think that everything will happen only through physical effort. Physical effort is required. I'm not saying that it is not required, but only pure physical effort is very inefficient. Just to give you a number, so that because we are all tuned to work with numbers, and we'll say, okay, how much, how many times, or how much more powerful is this? I can say that if you really put your intention for 17 seconds continuously, totally focused on one particular outcome without any distractions whatsoever, it is equivalent to 2,000 hours of work. 17 seconds, just imagine 17 seconds of pure thought, completely without any distraction, totally focused on a particular outcome. If you're able to do it, then it is going to create the and that is how powerful your thoughts are, and that is how powerful it is when you using the laws of manifest what you want to. And so that's why it's good to graduate from being just working hard to working smart. And I'm not talking about working smart in the common usage of the word working smart, like how people say, okay, you learn certain management principles and then you say that's called working smart. We don't call that working smart. Working smart is really when you align yourself to the laws of the universe, understand the laws of the universe, and use the laws of the universe to manifest what you're manifesting, creating in life. Okay, someone is saying that, yeah, network is not good and audio is not clear. So maybe I can just refresh this and see if things are better. Okay, friends, is it clear now? I hope you're able to hear me better now. Just need a confirmation so that I can proceed with this. Okay, so we have deliberate creation, which is the smart work aspect. And then we have, finally, we have co-creation, which is the no work stage, which is the stage of no work, where you reach to the level where there is no work at all. Like, it's just, and that is what we talk about co-creation. So today you learn a little bit about, of course, creation, how to create better in the different aspects of your life, and also how to move towards co-creation. Because this whole world, this whole universe is also actually a co-creation. It is the intention of so many different souls which have first come out from source, and all together they decided to create a physical universe which is like their playground. And it's like a lot of children getting together and then creating a game and saying, okay, this is the game that we are going to have, this is our playground, these are the kind of the toys or things that we use for this game, and these are the rules, this is the framework in which this whole rules operate. And that's how the whole of creation began, as a vast, grand, co-creative exercise or it's a vast game that we are all playing together. All the souls that have come out from the source, which we call all that is, or Almighty, or God, whatever you might call. Okay? So that's the stage of co-creation. No work is the stage of co-creation. When your alignment is completely to the higher source, to the source from which we all came. So when you get directly aligned to that source, then everything happens through the co-creative effort. That means everyone's energy gets added, and that's how the manifestation becomes even more powerful. Okay, someone's asking that does Indu is asking, does no work mean that intentions are working and getting manifested? Does no work mean that intentions are working or getting manifested? No, that happens in smart work. When you align yourself to the principles of the law of attraction and the universal laws of creation, then your intentions will start getting manifested there itself, and that is smart work. But in the case of co-creation, you are pulling up your intentions along with the intentions of millions and millions of others in a way that is not is so subtle that it can't be seen non-verbally. You're not really even communicating to them in any way, and at an energetic level, your intentions, like a web, like the whole thing is like a huge web, and everyone in the web will add their energy to that intention, and that whole thing gets manifested. So that is what is co-creation. Like all the greatest things, like you take the example of Buddha, the entire sangha that he created, which was having millions of people after he got enlightened and he started teaching and taking this wisdom to the whole world. So that entire sangha was nothing but a huge co-creating effort, and but then it is absolutely no work at that stage. Buddha was not really doing anything, and everything was still happening around. And so it is, we even see it even during the recent century. There are so many great masters who created amazing things just with that co-creative effort. They went, once they, of course, they went through the stage of first going through the smart work, and after that smart work, then there's an explosion. When you really go into the no work stage or the co-creation stage, and that's a huge explosion. Our own QLU, Quantum Life University, is an example of co-creation. It is the energies of all of you, of everyone who is associated, not only those who are associated with the actual core of the work that is happening, but every person who is involved in the learning and in the spreading of this work. Everyone is part of this grand co-creative effort, and this would not be possible without everyone. But many may not be even aware that they are actually contributing to this effort, but it is happening in such a wonderful, subtle manner. And that's how almost all great dreams and visions are created. And that is what is the stage of co-creation. And we must need to reach to that level of co-creation. And definitely it's needed when you want to be of service to the whole of humanity. Otherwise, as one individual working at a physical level doing hard work, you can do some contribution, but that would be very little. So that can be amplified tremendously by going to the level of smart work. And then later, when you start pulling up your energy with many other people, then this goes to the level of co-creation. Now here again, I'll give you some interesting math. Let us say there is one person who is very good, very efficient, and he is able to do a lot of work in a certain aspect of life. And there is another person who's equally smart, equally good. Now, let's say these two people never met and both of them are working independently on this same work. How much would be the total work that both of them together would achieve in a lifetime? It would be 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 times the work. It's very simple to understand, because this person would create X amount of work, the other person would create another X amount of work. So the total amount would be 2x amount of work would be created by these two people if they had been working independently. But the laws of co-creation. If you really understand it, it works in this manner. If these two people meet and then they work in perfect alignment, then they can create 1,000,000 times more work. And it is possible, it has happened, and it is happening. So just to give you, it's mind-boggling to even think of the potential of co-creation. Now is the time, friends, where we have to go beyond. Of course, everyone now talks about law of attraction and positive thinking and this and that and deliberate creation. This is common language now. Everyone in New Age spirituality talks about this. You need to go beyond that now. You need to align with people who are like-minded, who are vibrating with the same frequency as you are. And then when you work together in perfect alignment with them, then that's the stuff that miracles are made of. Then we say, miracles have been done by this team. And how does it happen? It's not a miracle really. It's a simple application of the laws of creation. It's just that you've gone to the co-creation stage, you've understood co-creation, and you've actually started doing co-creation by doing this. Just so remember these simple things. Smart work, 17 seconds of pure unadulterated thought without any kind of deviation whatsoever, completely focused for 17 seconds. And friends, saying this is easy, but try this. 17 seconds, try to think of exactly only one thing without any other thought coming to you. It's not easy, but it can be done with practice, through the regular practice of meditation, through regular practice and your intentions, creative visualization, guided meditations. By doing all this, it's possible over a period of time you will reach to the stage where you can hold your thought for 17 seconds and even more. If you do it for 68 seconds, it's equal to like 20 years of work. It's going to be equal to 20 years of work if you hold it for 68 seconds. Just imagine. And then remember the other thing. Two people working independently, 2x, 2 times work. But if they're working together in perfect alignment, it's 1,000,000 times. Just remember this. Even knowing this brings up the energy in you. It really shifts the energy within you and makes you takes your understanding to a completely different level altogether about creation and co-creation. So I hope this is very clear to you all, because this is the fundamental principle that you need to know about creation, co-creation, hard work, smart work, and no work. So any doubts you can ask, and then we'll proceed to the next slide. So I hope it seems to be pretty clear. So again, we'll revise a bit, because there is something that by now most of you must be already aware of, the law of attraction. And the law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is drawn. And I like this definition, which is given in the book Ask, and it is given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So their books are popularly referred to as Abraham Hicks publications. Yes, Sumita is asking that how does one move from stage 2 to stage 3? Like I've said, once you understand stage 2, then you align yourself with other people who have already understood stage 2, who have already understood what it is to be a smart worker who can attraction and then create using smart work. So when you align with such people and then you have very good alignment, the more the alignment, the greater the output. So like I said, if there is perfect alignment between two people, then it is 1,000,000 times more work can be done than a single person. So that is how it is. You just have to look for people who are like-minded, who are doing similar things, who are resonating, and who have a common purpose. What is important is a common purpose. Obviously, you can't align with someone whose purpose is very different from what you have, because then it doesn't really work. Like a Hitler can never align with a Gandhi because their purposes are completely different. So I hope you understand how easy it is to align with somebody if you really have the clarity about what you really need to do to get into that alignment. You need to look for someone who has a similar life purpose, who has similar intentions, and who is at a similar vibrational match, who has a similar vibrational level to you. So now we look at what we call the art and science of creation. Like I said, the deliberate creation part can be called a science, but there is something which is very critical which needs to be done, and that is allowing. And that allowing is like, it's really an art. So that's why the combined thing can be called the art and science of creation. So this is a very simple 3-step process. The first step is you ask. And who are you asking? You're asking the universe. When you set an intention, a clear intention of what you want to manifest in your life, that is nothing but asking the universe. And the step 2 is, once you ask, the universe will start sending that to you. Now, you take the example of, you go to a restaurant and then you order something. So you say, I want a dosa. So you order. So when you order it, it's like you're asking. It's the equivalent of you asking the universe. So that's your order. And then what happens? The order goes to the chef and the chef prepares and comes. So this is like the universe has received your intention and it starts manifesting that, sending out the different energies into your life, which will bring about the manifestation of what you want or what you asked. But what is it that you need to do? There is one piece that is very critical and we often miss it in our lives, and that is allowing. In order for that to manifest, there are a couple of conditions, a few conditions that need to be fulfilled. For instance, when it is ready and it comes to your table, you must be there at your table. You must be there, ready to receive it. That's one point. The second thing is, by the time it comes or before it comes, you should not have changed your mind. Sometimes you order it and after that again you call the waiter and say, no, I don't want this, I want something else. And then you just keep on changing the things. So finally what will happen? Whatever you want will never come because you just keep on changing your intentions. So you need to first be very clear, meditate on the things that you want, focus your intention and place your order once with all the clarity. And then it will come, and then you need to allow it. And allowing means to be present, to be there to receive your gift when it comes to you, or receive your order when it comes to you. And it is like an order, because like you have the thing about the genie which says that your wish is my command. The same way the universe works like that. It works for us. It works for all of us. You just have to ask with pure intention and then it comes. When I say pure intention, it means it should not have any counter thoughts, no doubts whatsoever. If you have doubt, the doubt will work in opposition to your intention. It is going to cancel your intention. Okay, so that is important, that you must allow. So allowing is a thing that you must practice more. You must be ready to receive, you must be willing to receive, and you must be in a state of openness to receive. Okay, so you can practice this affirmation often. Like once you release your intention, you just keep this affirmation to yourself, that I am open, willing and ready to receive whatever I have asked for. And bring yourself into the vibrational match of whatever it is that you are expecting to manifest, and allow that feeling in you to grow more and more, where you can see that actually happening, and you can see that happiness already inside you as if it is already happened. Now this is essential because the energy that you have in the present moment is what determines the manifestation of the thing in future, because all creation happens only in the present moment. All this we are going to see with respect to, again, the four important aspects of our life: the health, wealth, harmony, and happiness. But these are the fundamentals which we first need to understand, and then we will go into the other points also. So again, a slight elaboration of this. Step 1 is ask, that is your work. Step 2 is, okay, there is a question here. Sumita asks, how to remove doubt? Okay. It's how badly you want it. Doubt comes when you don't trust the universe. When you go and order in a restaurant, do you doubt whether it's going to come or not? You don't doubt it because you have a certain level of trust in that setup, that restaurant, or that chef, that once you order, whatever you order is going to come to you. Why is it that you don't have the same level of trust in the universe, which is far, far more powerful, which is what created all of us? Don't you have that trust in the universe that it is going to give you what you want? Does a child who is asking its mother that it wants food have no trust? Will he ask and say, I don't know whether she's going to give me food or not, whether really she's going to give me what I ask or not? Does the child have the doubt? No. The child has complete trust. So you begin to trust. So unless you develop this quality of trust within you, doubts will always be there. So begin to learn how to trust. Keep increasing that vibration. Trust is at a higher level of vibration than doubt, obviously. And it is at the higher level of vibration where the manifestation of your intentions begin to happen. So the only way to remove doubt is to trust. Okay. So now coming back to this, there are 3 steps process of creation: ask, and then that is the first step. And once you ask, the universe will start giving. But what happens in the first step is asking. But what is it that you're going to ask? You ask for what you want. And how do you know what you want? You look at the whole of life and this world with all this wonderful diversity. You go anywhere, there are so many different things in your environment, some of which you like, some of which you don't like. And finally, when you go through all these experiences, you will receive some clarity about what is it that I want out of this. Okay, so let's take an example of movies. There are so many types of movies. So will you be able to see all types of movies? No. Finally you will say that, okay, I like thrillers. Someone will say I like action movies. Someone says that I like suspense movies. Someone says I like romantic movies. And someone says I like philosophical movies. Someone says I like historical movies. So you will come to a certain level of clarification. You begin to shortlist things that you really want. So that is the first step of clarifying your intentions, because you can't say that I want everything, because that is, if you say I want everything, you will actually end up getting nothing. The first law is that you need to be very clear about your intention. What is it that you want? Refine, clarify, and define your intentions. Once you have that intention clear, then you focus on it. Put in all your emotional energy into it. Feel it as if it is going to happen, as if it has already happened, and you're actually having everything. Visualize that you already have all of that. So that's how you're vibrational. And then trust is essential, as someone has asked. Trust is essential for that. You must trust that it is going to come to you. Gauri asked, but it is said that once you have guru in your life, you should not ask for anything. Okay. Now, now I don't really understand what is the context in which this is said. But here you're not asking your guru for anything. You're not asking anyone for anything. What you're asking is you're asking your higher self. Your higher self is nothing but an extension of the all that is, or the source from which we all have come. And you have a certain desire to manifest something in life, because life, you will always have different intentions to manifest different things. Otherwise, what is life when you don't really know what you want in life? If there is nothing you want in life, then there is no meaning or purpose of this life itself. I think there was a disconnection. So let me repeat again. Let's be clear that without any intentions or purpose, the soul comes in with a certain agenda, with certain things to do in life. And when you come with that agenda also implies that there are certain things that you will want to, which will help you to achieve that agenda. And that is what you need to intend. So it is perfectly all right to ask for those things which are in alignment with your life purpose. Yes. So is it still okay to ask then? Yes, it is okay to ask. But you must decide what it is that you need to ask. And if what you ask is in alignment with your life purpose for this lifetime, then you will actually find inner harmony. Most of the dissatisfaction that people find in life is because the inner soul, in your higher self, knows your life purpose, but you have not found it out, and you're working without knowing that, and you're intending different things, and you're intending because you're just coming across things and saying, oh, I think that seems good, this seems good. It's like you just go to one big supermarket and you're just going around and you are attracted by so many things. These are the distractions of life. But those distractions will become less and less as you become clearer and clearer about your own life purpose. And when the life purpose is clear, then your intentions will become aligned to that. Then you find greater satisfaction and joy in your life. So now we come back to this, the first step, which says it comes naturally. And I just repeat again, because of the diversity in the whole of creation, why do we have such fantastic diversity? Why is it that not all people are not the same? All people have the same nature. Everyone can look the same things. Is it possible? We need to have this entire diversity. And in that diversity, you need to choose what you want. Which end of that spectrum, or which part of the spectrum you want to operate on? Let's say you have this whole, the rainbow of colors, which have millions and millions of colors, and you choose a particular part of it and say that this is the color that I really like. So it's like that. It's probably not the best comparison, but it's the closest that I could think of to tell you about the diversity of experiences that you can have in life. And in that diversity, you must select something or things which are appealing to you and say, okay, this is something where I can invest my thoughts, where I can invest my intentions and my energy in this, and then go forward with this. Okay, there's a question here, but somehow it's not coming onto the screen. Yes. So Amal is asking that alignment with higher self and alignment with source, Abraham Hicks has mentioned higher self at all. Can you clarify that? Actually, Amal, if you have read the ask and it is given, they use different terminology. They talk about your inner being. Okay. Now, inner being is nothing but your higher self. So, if you look at ask and it is given, everywhere the inner being what do something with the Wi-Fi because it looks like there's some network problem. Just give me a minute. Yes. So Amal has asked to repeat. So Amal, in Ask and It Is Given, Abraham Hicks, that is Jerry and Esther Hicks, the authors, they keep using this term called inner being. And inner being and higher self is exactly the same thing. There is no difference. And the inner being or higher self or the soul, it has all the experiences from all your past lives till now. And that is the wisdom that is there since thousands and thousands of lifetimes. But it's within you, and in your meditations you can awaken that wisdom which comes from your inner being, and that's what we are doing here at QLU or Quantum Life University. That we are awakening that wisdom which is already there within you. Someone very wonderfully said that you already know, and I really love that quote. It's and what is learning? It's nothing but remembering what you already know deep within you. Okay, then you have step two, which is the universe is giving to you. That's not your work, it's just happening. The universe will start giving to you. And then step three is your work, which is you need to allow. I was giving the example that you need to be present at the table when your order comes at the restaurant. If you're somewhere else, then you won't get it when it is coming to you. So that is allowing. Allowing means being at this vibrational match of whatever you asked for. If you're in a different vibrational level to what you have asked, then you will not be able to get it. So that's why we say 1 and 2 form the science of creation, and 3 is the art of allowing, and together it is the art and science of creation. Okay, so now there are any doubts, we'll clarify that, and then we'll go to this 4 aspects of life and how our creation can happen in these aspects and how we can create better in these 4 areas of life. Okay, I think we'll go ahead. So we have this called the 7 sutras of health. So understanding this areas seems to have come. So health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. This is the latest definition of the World Health Organization, the latest definition of health given by the World Health Organization. They used to have a much earlier description in the initial stages, and it was just called health is the absence of disease. But it's now not merely the absence of disease, but it's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. And so the first important thing you need to know is that health is our natural state. Our natural state is not disease. Our natural state is health. The sutra number 1 is you are the creator of the health, of your own health. No one else creates. We always keep blaming so many other things for our health, but it's you awaken that inner doctor which is there within you. The second is the body is a sacred temple. You need to honor the body and you need to respect the body as if you respect a temple. Most of us don't do that. We misuse the body, we abuse our own bodies, and then obviously we attract ill health. The third is that illness is a teacher. The body actually speaks to you. If you are able to be sensitive, the body tells you. And when you start communicating with the body, even the illness becomes your teacher. The illness actually is a teacher. You need to learn from illness. Every illness it has a certain lesson for you, something that it's trying to tell you, something that you need to change in your life actually. And if you're not doing that, then that illness continues. And if you're doing that, the illness goes away. It's as simple as that. It's like if you learn the lesson, the problem goes away. This is how it is. Everything about cause and effect is like that. The next is that our thoughts, emotions, and words determine our state of health. Be very careful about what you think, about your emotions, and the words that you utter, because all of these impact your health. If you keep thinking negative thoughts, it will start leading to negative emotions. The negative emotions will then start affecting the body, the different parts of the body, and then that leads to ill health. Your words also add to your emotions, and again it brings a cycle. When you utter negative words, that triggers again negative thoughts, and again that leads to negative emotions, and through that the emotion will disturb the energy of your entire body. And first it starts as an energy imbalance, and from energy imbalance it goes to a physical ailment. It becomes a physical ailment. Next is about the power of touch and love. There are so many examples which have been coming through, even with modern medical science, where highly qualified doctors have reported many times that after giving up on everything, it's just finally the power of touch and love which have resulted in miraculous, according to them, miraculous healings. But like I said, there's no miracle in all of this. It is just the application of the laws of the universe. If you understand that, it doesn't seem to be like a miracle anymore. The sixth sutra is about alignment of body, mind, intellect, and soul. When there is alignment between body, mind, intellect, and soul, there is better health. Sometimes your mind is thinking something, your soul is something else. So I was referring to soul purpose, your life purpose. Your soul knows life purpose. But if your mind is thinking thoughts which are completely out of tune with your life, soul purpose, then there is no mind and soul alignment. Then your intellect may be going in a different direction. So you need to always have alignment. When you have this alignment, the greater the alignment, the better the health. So see where there is misalignment within you. Just keep checking in your meditations. Is your body aligned to your mind? Is your mind aligned to your intellect and soul? Are all these four completely aligned? Bring them into alignment. And when you bring them into alignment, your health can be perfectly fine. And then the last point with respect to the health, there is something called a life urge. You need to have that inner will to live. Many times that there is some subconscious urge that you have had enough of life, and that starts damaging your health automatically. It is going to go against having greater longevity and better health. So Mr. Sunil asks how to align it together. In your meditation, you can connect to your soul, you can connect to your intellect, your mind, you can connect to your body, because all of them communicate to you. Your soul is like the overall master, and your mind, your emotions, all are its different functionaries which do different things in your life. So it's easy for you to know in the meditative state whether they are all in alignment or not. And you can also know what is that misalignment. It would be different misalignments for different people. So it's best for you to sit in your own meditation, find out where this misalignment is, and align yourself to this. Okay? So that's how you can come out of this misalignment and bring yourself into greater alignment. Realize the power of breath and meditation. Just understand the tremendous healing power of your own breath. When you start breathe, just the act of breathing with awareness itself will bring in so much of positive and healing energy into you. Just the simple act of breathing with awareness. Most of the times we are breathing, we don't even know that we are breathing. That's the unfortunate thing. But if breathing can be done with awareness, and then meditation is also practiced regularly, then tremendous improvement in health happens automatically as a result of that. Now we come to the 7 sutras of wealth. These are the laws of the universe, the laws of creation, how they impact the area of abundance in your life. So the first sutra is that inner abundance equals outer abundance. You can't be feeling poor inside and expect to be wealthy outside. It just can't happen. Unless you're feeling very wealthy from inside of you, you can't manifest wealth outside of you or prosperity. And abundance is not just about money, it's about every aspect of life. Abundance of everything that you really want in your physical life. So practice inner abundance. Okay, so inner abundance equals outer abundance. So practice how to first feel that abundance inside and make yourself abundant from within, and outer abundance will automatically follow. The second, that is called the Sutra of Flow. So prosperity and abundance always needs to keep flowing. If it stays in one place, like it's like water. If it stays in one place, it stagnates. It starts smelling. It starts becoming bad. And as long as it is flowing all the time, it is wonderful, fresh, and energetic. So always maintain that flow. The third, energy flows where attention goes. So always focus and give your attention to the positive things that are happening around you. So one might ask that should we ignore all the negative things that are happening? And the answer is yes. Ignore all the negative things that are happening unless it is something about which you have to do something personally. If something is happening to a loved one, obviously you have to work towards that. But all the general news, all the bombardment of negative news that happens from around the world, just ignore it. Just focus on the good things that are happening and give your attention to the good things. And then automatically everything will start improving. And one might say this is a very selfish viewpoint, but if everyone practices this mode of selfishness, then the whole world can become such a wonderful place. Because, like someone said, that you're not here to save the world, you're here to save that small piece of the world which is just around you. Okay, and you do that, and if everyone does that, the world will automatically become a wonderful place. So I will Sunil was asking where we can get all this valuable knowledge. I will give you recommended books at the end of the presentation, and there are many other sources, like many of our workshops and trainings that we conduct, in which we go more in depth into this. We have 2-day workshops, experiential workshops, and others in which we take you through these processes with much more intensity, because it takes a long time to go into all these processes, and we do all that. And there are many books which you can read and refer to as well, and many guided meditations which are available on this subject, and I'll share some of those details with you. Yes, so energy flows where attention goes, and that is the third sutra. So the fourth sutra is Sutra of Intention. So like in the initial stage where we're talking about the law of attraction, I also talked about intention. So the same thing is the intention that we have here. We need to have intention very clearly. What is it that we intend? Have clear intentions. And when we have clear intentions, automatically that intentions will begin to manifest for you. The next is the fifth, which is the Sutra of Shunya or vacuum. So you need to create an empty space. If you want to manifest, if you want something to come into your life, you need to create the space for it. For example, if you have a room which is full of so many things, and then you want some new furniture to come into that room, how is it possible without getting rid of something which is already there? Something that you don't need probably, which is why you needed the new thing to come into the life. But you first have to get rid of this. So the same way, we have to empty our mind of all the old thoughts, because the old thoughts are creating your old life. Your present life is the result of your past thoughts and your present thoughts. So if you want to change your life, then you have to change the thoughts which are there within you. So you have to empty it out literally, and then create new energy and new thoughts, which will lead to new manifestation in your life. So the sixth is the sutra of allowing. So we talked about the art of allowing. So we need to allow. If you don't allow, then it won't happen. So I won't go into this in more detail because I explained a lot about the art of allowing. And then the last, but probably not the least, it's one of the most important, is the sutra of gratitude. When you're grateful and you express this gratitude and you have this energy of gratitude around you, it is the highest vibrational state that you can actually achieve. You can actually note this down. The four highest states of vibrational state that we can reach: gratitude, appreciation, love, unconditional love, and joy. These are the four highest states of vibrational that you can reach. So, and probably I would say gratitude is easier if you can focus on it. It's much easier to feel gratitude than to probably feel love, than to probably feel joy, or than to feel appreciation, because we are still human. If we are jealous, we will not feel appreciation for some things. If you are angry with somebody, you will not feel that love. If you are not happy with what's happening with your life, you will not feel the joy. But you can always feel gratitude. You can always feel gratitude. That's at least my personal experience in feeling that of these four, if there was something which it is much easier to tune into, it is that energy of gratitude. And from that, all the others will also come. That's the beauty. So you need to start feeling gratitude for everything that you already have, for everything that already happened in your life, and for every person that already came into your life. Even though you might have had painful experiences with the things that came into your life and the people that came into your life, still you are what you are today because of everything and everybody that has come into your life till now. And you feel that eternal gratitude for all of that. And when you do that, you come into a completely different vibrational state altogether. And that is the state from which you begin to manifest everything that you really intend. So there is this principle which we call BDH. So normally it is you say that I have something, then I do according to that, and then I can say that I am that, I'm be that. So for example, if I have a lot of money, then I will spend the money, which is the do, and then I be, which is I be rich. That means like people will call me a rich because I'm wealthy because of that. But you must do it the reverse way. So if you want to be this thing very reach a lot of wealth, then you must be as if you are a wealthy person, and you must do everything as if a wealthy person would do, and automatically you will begin to have. This is called the BDH, or the reverse way of doing it, and that's how you can actually begin to manifest things. Then we come to the 7 sutras of harmonious relationships. So, meanwhile, just give a 2-minute break for you to ask some questions, and there is some network that I just want to check once again. So, give me a minute for that, and meanwhile, you can just post your questions, and I'll come back in 2 minutes. Yes. So the next we come to relationships. The 7 sutras of harmonious relationships. So we have seen two aspects of our life. One is health, another is wealth, and now we come to relationships. So I'll talk about 7 simple laws or sutras of harmonious relationships. First, relationships are sacred. Understand that relationships are sacred. Yes. Vipul is asking that can we have more details on the importance of touch and love? Yes, there are many books written by doctors. Maybe one book that I can recommend to you is it's called The Secret Life of the Unborn Child. The Secret Life of the Unborn Child by Thomas Verney, which talks about how the fetus in the mother's womb itself is able to feel and know so many things, and the experiences of the doctors and all that. So that is one place where you can begin to start reading about this. So relationships are sacred. You must understand that you should not view relationships as a big pain, a big nuisance, and something that you need to tolerate. So that's not the attitude, because we will see why it is so important. The first thing is relationships are sacred, and that you must actually love yourself before you can love anyone else, because without self-love you can't love anyone else. And the reason why relationships are important are because relationships are sacred mirrors. They reflect things back to you. They teach you about aspects of your own self which you have not acknowledged within yourself. To give you an example, if you are very upset because you feel someone is a very angry person, it simply means that that person is mirroring or reflecting the hidden anger within you. Now, this is something that you will not like to hear, and even I didn't like to hear this when I heard this for the first time, that relationships are mirrors. And and then for a long time I was kind of in denial of that, but eventually I came to understand that it is the truth. It is not something which can be just brushed aside as something which is probably not the truth. It is absolute truth that relationships are sacred mirrors, and if there's something which is really bothering you about somebody, please look into yourself and understand what is it, that same energy that you're carrying within you, which you're denying, or it is hidden, it is somewhere under the carpet, it is deep there inside you, but you don't want to acknowledge it. So just bring that out, acknowledge it, and then work on it, and you will find that the relationship with that person automatically improves. It has got nothing to do with that person, it is actually more to do with yourself. The third, masculine and feminine are both integral parts of oneness. Every person, whether male or female, has both masculine and feminine aspects. Here, we're not talking about the male and female as in the biological aspect of male and female, but we're talking about the universal principle of the masculine principle and the feminine principle. So, every human, whether male or female, has both masculine and feminine aspects, and these are supposed to be in perfect balance. And if it is not, then you will find an imbalance in that person. So you might have a person who is male, who has too much of male characteristics, or maybe having more of feminine characteristics inside. And I'm again not talking about physical appearance or anything, it's about the quality. The masculine is determined by what you call the seed energy. It is the one which goes out, which is the one which is actually the exploring, the one which is you know the external, the outward moving energy, and that's the masculine principle. And the feminine principle is the nurturing, the receiving aspect which is there. So now you can understand that these aspects are there in every person. A person who is very affectionate, receiving, and very nurturing has that feminine quality. So that would be there in males also. But if it is there beyond a certain level, then it means there is too much of the feminine principle. So some of the masculine principle may be less in such a person. But we need to bring about that balance. You need to see what are these aspects and whether they are there within you in balance or not. So bring about that balance, and automatically your relationships also will begin to improve. The next thing is that inner harmony, like how we had in this money, inner abundance is equal to outer abundance. The same thing applies here. It can't be different, obviously, because all are based on the same universal laws. The inner harmony means outer harmony. If you have a lot of disharmony inside, you can't expect your relationships to be proper outside. The same thing, the same disharmony will be reflected in your outer life. The next thing is cooperation and nurturance is the key to wonderful relationships. You must always approach relationships with a spirit of cooperation, and that you must nurture it the way you nurture a plant. Okay, you just can't plant it and leave it. It won't grow completely on its own. But it needs a certain level of nurturance when you all complete love and care has to be given. So that cooperation and nurturance, if you understand that it is essential, that it just won't happen on its own, then your relationship begins to improve. Then relationships are based on heart and soul. So work towards heart and soul based relationships. Unfortunately, today in life, most relationships are what we call mind based. You make all the decisions about whom you like and what you like about that person completely. It's a intellectual exercise. It's something to do more with the mind. It's to do with the likes of the mind, the likes of the likes and dislikes and all these things. But every analysis is done with logic and analysis of the mind. So instead of that, you must cultivate the relationship as a heart and soul based relationship. And the last point of the relationship is that freedom and mutual respect. So what really helps the relationship to blossom is that giving each other the freedom. And like this wonderful author and poet Khalil Gibran, in his book The Prophet, and I very strongly recommend that you all read it, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. He says, let there be spaces in your relationship. Let there be spaces in your relationship. So there should be spaces and there should be mutual respect. And that's how, like, for example, if you have two plants which are planted so close, then both of them will not be able to grow. Why do you think a farmer will plant the trees at a certain distance from each other? Because they need that space to grow and to blossom. And that's exactly what we also need to do in our own relationships. So now we come to the last aspect, which is happiness. We covered health, wealth, and harmony. Now we come to happiness. Happiness is actually the fundamental measure of our success. If you want to really know how successful a person is in life, you need to see how happy the person is. The measure of success is not how wealthy a person has become, how powerful, how famous. None of these are any good measure of the person's success. A really successful person is one who is really happy, very happy in life. So that's where we need to focus all our energies towards reaching to the level of pure happiness and bliss. So in this, we need to really understand some of these universal principles which we have been looking at from the beginning of this presentation. First is we make our own reality. If we don't know that you are creating the reality, definitely you will be an unhappy person, because not everything that happens in our lives is something that we like or enjoy. We go through pain, we go through and we suffer, and all this is happening. But if you know this reality, you understand this reality that you are the one who is creating everything in your life, then that understanding itself will help you to come out of the sadness or the feeling that you are a victim of circumstances. There is a great power that you get when you realize that you are the creator of your life, even though you are not enjoying what is happening in your life. But still, when you know that you are the creator, then you have the ability to come out of that cycle of feeling victimized and creating situations which you are not enjoying in life. And I love this quotation, which is from a book by John Payne, Payne, John Payne. It's called Omni Reveals the Four Principles of Creation. And he says, you create your own reality, not some of it, not most of it, but all of it. So this is a very powerful statement. Just remember this, that you create your own reality, not some of it, not most of it, but all of it. Then we, again, like in the others, energy flows where attention goes. So focus your attention on the positive things that are happening, and automatically you tend to become happier. And all power comes from within. There's nothing like power outside of you. Everything that you want to manifest is there within you. So bring the change from inside of you. The next thing is, now is the moment of power. You can only create in the present moment. You can't create in the past, you can't create in the future. You can't create in the past because the past is over. You can't create in the future because the future is not yet here. The only moment in which you can create is the present moment. So live in the present moment and invest your entire attention and focus to the present moment. And you will become the most powerful creator in the world, if you are able to be and live completely in the present moment. The next is that all change is possible. You need to believe and know that all change is possible. You need to work from inside, and when you work from inside, all change is possible. Harmony, the next thing is that harmony is a measure of truth. How harmonious you feel inside, that is really a measure of truth. Like I said, happiness is the real measure of your success, and harmony is a measure of truth. Such wonderful, powerful statements of truth. In fact, if you want to know whether somebody is telling you the truth or not, what do you look for? You look for the energy of the person, you look for the body language of the person. If there is no harmony in that person at that time, you know that that person is lying. So that's why we say harmony is a measure of truth. So if there is harmony in things that are happening around you, you know that there is truth in it also. And it's your duty to work towards the truth, to bring in that harmony, and that harmony will lead you to the truth. And finally, there is no happiness without sharing. Let's say you give someone all the possible wealth and everything, good health, all the things are given, but the person is alone, no one else around. Will that person be able to be happy? And even if that person doesn't share what he or she has with others, will there be true happiness? It's not possible. So once you start manifesting things after using the laws of creation, then you have to start seeing, you have to start contributing to this world to which you have come. So I talk about this wonderful word. I love this word. It's called contribution. You are not here to do anything. You say, okay, I'm going to serve the world. No, these are all big, big words saying I'm going to serve, I'm going to help. You're not someone greater than anyone else to help anybody. No one needs your help. Okay? No one needs your support. You say, okay, I'm going to support this, I'm going to help this. Those are all things that are coming from a sense of ego. Okay? But you just say that I'm going to contribute to this world. I've come into this world and let me see what I can contribute. So everyone contributes, and if everyone contributes to make this world a better place, and friends, that is what is co-creation. So co-creation is everyone contributing what they are best at doing. Like someone, not everyone would contribute the same thing, because everyone has different expertise, different specialities. Everyone is unique, every soul is unique, every soul has something very, very unique about them. There is no other person in this soul, in this whole universe like you. Know that you are such a unique signature of the divine. There's no other like you. Like there are no two snowflakes which are the same. Like that, there are no two souls which are the same. And each one has come here to do something very unique and give your unique contribution to this. And when there is alignment between everybody, when there is harmony between everybody, and then you look for people who are having a similar vibration, and there is something that you share with the purpose, and you have a similar life purpose, and then you get together to work towards a common goal, then that is co-creation. So I hope you understood what it is to be a co-creator, how you need to become a co-creator in life. So thank you, friends. I think it was really wonderful to share this presentation. I now open to some questions before I start a guided meditation on creation and co-creation. So that's welcome to Quantum Life University. And our websites, qluglobal.org. Yes, any questions? Then we can start with the meditation. So are you all ready for this meditation on creation and co-creation? Good. So take off your spectacles if you have any. Close your eyes. clasp interlock your fingers, clasp your hands with interlocking your fingers. And if you're sitting in a chair, you can cross your feet at the ankles, or if you're sitting on the floor, you can sit cross-legged on the floor. So let's begin this meditation. Just take a few, 2 or 3 deep, slow, relaxing breaths. Slowly bring your awareness to your breath. Till now, you were probably focusing on the lecture, on the presentation, and on so many other distractions. But now, slowly, with every breath that you take, just bring your awareness, your entire awareness to the breath. Just notice how your breath is going in and out. Peaceful, effortless, easy, soft, tranquil, calm, unhurried breath. At this point of time, you have nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just be. Just be here. Be present and stay with your breath. No need to take any deep breath or no need to hold your breath. Just your natural, easy, effortless, soft, tranquil, peaceful, calm, unhurried breath. Just notice the energy that is flowing in along with every breath that you take in. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in peace, calmness, energy, healing light. And when you breathe out, you're breathing out all your stress, strain, anxiety, tension, worry, everything. Just breathing it out. You breathe in peace, love, joy, calmness, gratitude. You breathe out all the stress and strain, worries and anxiety, guilt, shame, all the thoughts that come from the past. Just breathe them out. And all those impulses that want to take you into the future, like your worries and anxiety, just breathe them out. No thoughts. Just it's you and your breath. If you still get any thoughts, just remind yourself that at this point of time, Your work is to focus on your breath. Just connect to that essence of your own existence, the deeper aspect of you, your inner being, which has had the experience of thousands and thousands of lifetimes. Allow your breath to lead you to that broader, wiser, more powerful aspect of you, your inner being, which has access to infinite power and wisdom. Just communicate with your inner being. Ask it, what is it that I am here to do in this lifetime? What is my life purpose? Trust whatever comes from within you, because it is coming from that deeper, wiser, broader, higher self or inner being, whatever you may call it. Just look at your life till now. Just scan quickly the life that you have led till now. And just notice what are those areas which have been in alignment with your life purpose, and what has not. Still, be grateful for everything that happened in your life. Be grateful to everyone who has come into your life. Just feel that gratitude. Just feel each and every cell of your being vibrating with that gratitude, resonating with that gratitude. Understand that you are what you are now, and you are where you are in your life now, only because of everything and everyone in your life till now. With every breath, feel that gratitude multiplying, now going up to 10 times more. Now going up to 100 times more. Notice all the limiting beliefs and negative thoughts that you had because you did not understand the importance of everything that has happened till now. Because you failed to be grateful. But everything can be changed in this moment. Now your sense of gratitude has gone up by 1,000 times. You can feel this pulsation in each and every cell. It's like your hairs are standing on end. It's like you have the goosebumps. It's like this huge current which is passing through each and every cell in your entire body. You can feel that lightness. You can feel the light in each and every cell. And that leads to this amazing lightness of your being, as if you would just float away. Now this feeling of gratitude goes up to 10,000 times more than before. At this point of time, you might even feel your entire body vibrating, even physically. You might feel tears of joy coming out of your eyes, tears of gratitude pouring out. Just allow them to come out. You can now feel that every breath that you take, it's not air that you breathe. It is pure joy, bliss, gratitude, appreciation of everything and everyone in your life. You're breathing in this understanding that you are the creator of your life. You can begin now to feel that love for yourself. Remember those times when you really, really tried to love yourself, but you couldn't get yourself to love yourself. What was standing in the way? Self-judgment, self-criticism, guilt and shame from the past, fear about the future, anxiety, worry, tension, all these energies coming when you think from the future. And now you know why you couldn't do it then, and why you can do it now. It's because you're completely focused in the present moment and you're vibrating with the highest vibration of all, which is gratitude. You probably tried to love yourself, cannot be defined, cannot be described, but it can be felt with an open heart and an awakened soul. I want you to dwell in this for some time so that you know how it feels. So that when you do this again in your meditations in future, you should be able to recreate this entire experience. You should be able to re-experience this and more and more and more. And your experiences will get better and better with every subsequent meditation. You become a much more powerful creator and co-creator. Last 1 minute. You can just integrate this whole experience. And slowly begin to come back into this present waking consciousness and awareness. 30 seconds more. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can rub your palms slowly, gently place them on your eyes. Then slowly, slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. Can a few of you share your experience in this meditation? Thank you all for joining us in this meditation and presentation. And please share whatever experience you had. If there's anything that you would like to share with us. Thank you, Rudra. Thank you all, and let's stay connected. And please keep connecting to these classes. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed to our QLU English channel, please subscribe to QLU Global English channel on YouTube so that you can get direct connection and updates about the programs that are happening. Thank you all, and wish you all good luck and happy creation and happy co-creation, everyone. Thank you. Namaste.
Would you like to speak and read the language of your body? Would you like to understand what symptoms and illnesses in your body reveal about your life and self? Your body is the best self-discovery book ever written, specifically for you, by you, to you. Body is your most intimate friend. Body speaks to you all the time, and it never lies, and it always tells the truth. Learning the language of your spiritually mindful body